It's the Just Baseball Show. It is Monday, September 8th, 2025. We're talking right before Lamar and Josh Allen. That was a crazy game last night, huh?
Who
Sunday night.
cares? We're talking baseball. It's the weekend. Get those fingers ready. Roundup, where we go through every game that was over the past weekend. And in case you let a little bit of football enter your television, you missed a couple of games, this is your recap show. And it's all brought to us by the sportsbook Born in Vegas. Remember, folks, download BetMGM, whether it be on iOS or Android, and use promo code JUSTBASEBALL. Why? First bet offer up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if your first wager loses. But reminder, gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply. For all those watching on YouTube, first hit that big red subscribe button, the like button, and the comment button. And are you watching Jack's pitch grips?
I'm trying to get Jeremiah Estrada's chitter here. I'm trying to do the Spock, the Nanu Nanu, Mork and Mindy thing.
I don't think you have the hands for that. I think you're
Working
past your
along the
prime.
seams. 99 with Ride. You know,
Yeah.
Jeremiah Estrada has the highest arm angle in baseball among any pitcher. 66 degrees, I think.
Higher than Jonah Tong?
I think Tong is at 64, and I think Estrada is at 66.
Look at you. Look at you. We're already off to a hot start.
We're off to a rip-roaring start. Are we just talking ball immediately? I'm fired up for this.
I'm fired up for this. Let's go.
Okay, let's start in SoFlo. Phillies, Marlins here. Phillies take 2 of 3. Marlins salvage on Sunday afternoon. How did this one unfold? Game 1, 9-3 Philly. Trey Turner had a 4 for 5 day. All four singles to the opposite field. Homers from Marsh, Bader, Kepler, and Stott. Christopher Sanchez, amazing. Really putting together a Cy Young caliber year, but the problem is there's that Skeens guy in Pittsburgh. Brian Navarretto, cool story. His first major league homer on this day, catcher, I think 32 years old. He was 2 for 5 for the Miami Marlins in 2020, in the COVID year. He hadn't gotten back to the big leagues. And in his first plate appearance back in the big leagues in 5 years, and his sixth plate appearance overall, clubs his first major league homer to straightaway center. Really cool moment for Brian Navarretto. But this was the Karen game. The Harrison Bader homer made its way beyond the left field bullpen. And about 7 or 8 rows deep, it hit off probably a 55-year-old man's stomach and it bounced into the row in front. Obviously, at that point, all bets are off. It's scramble mode. Whoever comes away with the baseball gets the freaking baseball. So, a father wearing a Phillies jersey shirt, it looked like, was able to pluck the baseball from the sea of people going for it. He holds it up proudly. He hands it to his son, and he gives his son a hug from behind. And the wife, it seemed, of the gentleman who it hit off the stomach of said, "No way, Jose." Barges down a row down and walks about 20 seats to her left and then reads this dude the riot act saying, "That's my baseball. That's mine." And the dude is like, "No, it's not. It's fair game." She clearly doesn't understand baseball etiquette. She will not get out of his face. At one point, the guy just says, "You know what? Screw it. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth the battle. Here's your dumb baseball." Marlins member services see that. And I want to tip my cap to Marlins member services at Lone Depot Park. I mean, they walked up, they said, "Hey, we saw what happened to the little kid who the dad handed the baseball to," and said, "That's really unfortunate."
And he was a Phillies fan on top of it. It wasn't just they were doing it for the Marlins fan. They even saw just get in the ballpark. They didn't care what was on, his shirt. They gave him the right gigs.
Yeah, they said, "Hey, what happened was, really not great, not nice." So they handed him a goodie bag of a Marlins bobblehead, a couple of baseballs for him and the whole family, and it was awesome, a great gesture from Marlins Member Services. And then Harrison Bader decided to get involved on the action as well. Post game, Bader gave the kid a signed bat, which was just amazing. We'll circle back on all that. I just wanted to give you the 411. Chances are you saw it and you saw 20 different angles because it was the topic in sports for about 48 hours there. It was on Sports Center. Game 2, 4-2 Philly. Bryce Harper had a 2-run homer off Sandy Alcantara in the first. That was his 38th career homer against the Miami Marlins. That's top 5 all time. Other four, Freddie Freeman is the leader, Ryan Howard, Ryan Zimmerman. And one more that I'm blanking on right now. But it was a matchup of Sandy and Luzardo, two guys that used to front the Marlins rotation together. David Robertson, Matt Strom, Yohan Duran scoreless after Luzardo logged a quality start. Then game three, Miami salvages 5-4 Marlins. It was the Otto Lopez day. 3 for 4, two homers, four RBIs, one of which was a three-run blast. Trey Turner homered, but he left the game with a hamstring strain, something to monitor moving forward. Bullpen day for the Marlins. I wrote Ronnie Enriquez is a god. I know he's been tapered off in terms of usage, but every time that guy's on the mound, it's somehow nastier and nastier. But the big story from this one is the Karen in Miami. And I do want to circle back on that. I want to get your take. Obviously, she broke protocol. Obviously, she's in the wrong. Obviously, she's going to look terrible. Is it worth ruining this woman's life over?
I'm so,
Absolutely freaking not.
I'm so glad you brought it up. The internet is so mean. And
So mean.
especially when they're on the right side of something. Because clearly the dad and his kid are on the right side. The dad is in a little bit of a skirmish to go get the ball, and you're like, "Oh, what is this old man, or not old man, just middle-aged man like trying to fight for a ball?" Runs directly to his kid and is like, "Yes," and he's so excited with his son. And then this woman, and of course she's got the Karen haircut.
Yeah,
So on
that was
top
a
of it,
really tough haircut.
it's like the Karen haircut. She walks over, starts yelling at his face. She walks off like she won, walks back to her seat. And because the internet sees this, she's now on an FBI watch list.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
it's like Bin Laden than her. I mean, it's the way the internet reacts to things like these. It's like, yes, should she be ridiculed in the stadium, even a stadium wide boo? Sure. Come on, internet. I see
We
people
can't be
like,
trying to
this is
dox
her
this woman.
job.
That's unbelievable.
This is her job. This is her kids. Like, get her fired. I'm like,
What are we
everyone,
doing?
please. Please.
It's crazy. You're right, though. When the internet is right on something,
Oh,
oh, they're willing to kill somebody. It's like, you know what? I'm right. You should die. It's
they'll
crazy.
they'll burn her house to the ground over nothing. It's a baseball.
Gosh. Yeah, so I just
Uh,
wanted to get that off my chest. Like, listen, was she obviously terribly wrong? Yes.
yes.
Should we be trying to dox her?
Yeah.
And pretty much like we're trying to astronomer CEO her right now, the Coldplay fan camp. What are we doing? Like that? No way.
I think the main problem is X because of the ability to quote tweet. And it just felt like the avalanche kept continuing with each quote tweet. Like, oh, this woman is terrible. I actually hate this woman. Oh, you do? This is where she lives. It's like, well, everyone, please relax,
Calm
relax,
down.
relax. Yes, the woman is in the wrong, but everybody just get off the internet for a second and just go back
Touch
to your
grass.
lives.
That was a quintessential touch grass moment. Do you have
Yeah.
anything else from this series? Turner, I am curious to
Thank you.
see how severe the hamstring strain is because that is a massive blow if he misses some serious time.
Huge blow, huge, because he set his career high in F war this year. He's at 6.5 already, the sneakiest near 7-win season in Major League Baseball. And credit to him. What's been Trey Turner's problem throughout his career? We've always known he can hit a bunch of home runs. We've always known he can steal a bunch of bases, hit close to 300. He's an awesome hitter. But he's a former second baseman turned shortstop. And then at shortstop, he's just been average and it's sometimes well below. And that's kind of kept him out of the definitive top 1, 2, 3 shortstops in baseball because a lot of the best are both great offensively and great defensively when Turner kind of falls short on the ladder. But this year he's been awesome. And I was thinking to myself, Jack, and maybe this is crazy, but the thought entered my mind. Is Trey Turner a future Hall of Famer? And I was thinking of it like this. All right, he's at 45 F war in his age 32 season.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good. I mean, most Hall of Famers, like you're getting in the 60s and the 70s. Obviously, I hope you could fact check for me. I know it's around that area. I think he's going to get there by the end of his career, especially with
So
these improvements on defense. He's at around 1,600 hits. Home runs are not going to quite be there, but he's probably going to be a 290 career hitter. I don't know. It's a conversation.
yeah, so career batting average at 297 right now. if he qualifies, and he should, he would be the NL batting title winner as it stands right now.
That's
Um,
sad. That is sad. That
I
an
know.
NL batting title is 297. What happened to real baseball?
No, NL batting title's 305 right
Okay.
now.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that's still
305.
low, but
No,
sure.
it's incredibly low. I think the National League has what, one guy hitting 300 right now, maybe two guys hitting 300, which is crazy.
And it's probably what, Otani or something?
One of them, no, Otani is under that. I'll tell you right now where the NL batting title race stacks up right now. Turner is at 305. He leads. Sal Frelick is second at 299.
Frelick's the man. Love
One
Frelick.
guy. So Sal's at 299. Freddie Freeman's at 295.
Of course. Of
How
course, Freddie's
crazy is
the man.
that? Yeah, no, I mean, you knew it was going to be Freeman or Otani or something like that. But yeah, this is a massive, massive blow. Great note from the Philly game notes this weekend. Trey Turner, you mentioned 6.5 F4 season. It ties the best mark by a Philly shortstop.
Mm.
The other, Jimmy Rollins in his MVP season.
Mm.
It's one of the best shortstop seasons we've ever seen from a Philadelphia Philly. And to your point, it's almost entirely because of the defensive improvement. We know this guy's going to hit. He
Yeah.
and Bichette are the two premier hit collectors in Major League Baseball. They're not going to walk, they're just going to get hits, and that's okay. But yeah, this would be a serious blow. I saw this from Rob Thompson. Let me pull this up to make sure. Rob Thompson said, quote, there's some concern there. Obviously, he's having a great year. He's a big part of this ball club. I want to keep people healthy, especially coming down the stretch here. We'll know more tomorrow. Trey Turner pulled a hamstring last year. Jason Stark mentioned he missed 6 weeks at that point.
Eek.
Obviously, you're hoping that it's not as serious and as high grade as that one, but we shall see.
We will
Ready to
see.
move on?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's jump to the series of the weekend, far and away. Dodgers Orioles in Baltimore. Come on, man. Baltimore takes two of three. Game one, 2-1 Baltimore. Samuel Basallos, his first homer at Camden Yards, his second homer overall. 109 off the bat, 433 feet dead central. Walk-off bomb against 99 from Tanner Scott. It was the first run for Baltimore, or the second run for Baltimore, pardon. The first run for Baltimore came on a double steal, and Jackson Holliday came around to score from second on a wild pitch on that double steal. Freddie Freeman had a solo shot. It was the only run for LA. Otani started really good, 3 2/3 scoreless. He punched out five. Dean Kramer, 3 no-hit innings at the outset, but he was pulled with forearm discomfort. Initial prognosis was not great. The secondary prognosis was he's going to skip a start and he'll be back. Imaging was fine. Results were negative on that. Game two, game of the weekend, 4-3 Baltimore. This was the Yoshinobu Yamamoto game. Yamamoto, 8 2/3 no hit, 10 punch outs. He was dominant. Cruise control. He walked two. With two outs in the top of the ninth on pitch number 112, Dave Roberts gave him as much leash as you could possibly give him. Jackson Holliday took a dotted fastball on the inside rail and deposited it into the seats. That broke up the no hitter. That broke up the shutout bid. Dave Roberts said, thank you very much. Tip your cap to the visiting crowd, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He got a standing ovation at Camden Yards. Then Blake Trinan entered, and Jeremiah Jackson doubled. And then Gunnar Henderson was hit by a pitch. And then a wild pitch puts runners to second and third. And then Ryan Mountcastle walked. And then Colton Cowser drew a bases loaded walk. So Dave Roberts then takes the ball from Blake Trinan, hands it off to, you guessed it, Tanner Scott. The first hitter that Scott sees, Emmanuel Rivera, 2-run walk-off single to straightaway center. The Baltimore Orioles were being no hits until there were two men out in the bottom of the ninth, and they win the game 4-3 on a walk-off knock from Emmanuel Rivera on the day that they celebrated Cal Ripken breaking Lou Gehrig's Ironman streak with game play number 2131 consecutively. Kevin Brown had the line of the year. One more magical moment in time on September 6th in Baltimore. That was the final call, and it gave me chills, and it was just amazing. We'll circle back on that game. That is the story from this weekend. Game 3, 5-2 LA. They salvage Shohei 2 homers off of Tomoyuki Shigano to get him to 48 in total. Mookie Betts hit a homer off Shigano as well. Clayton Kershaw, 5 2/3, a 2-run ball. He K'd eights. Saturday was one of the games of the year.
When Jackson Holiday hit that home run, and I don't want to be mean, but that stadium erupted like it was the World Series Game 7. They just got hit a walk-off home run. Question for you before we continue through this game. Should Pajes have put a better play on that ball? That was my
Uh,
initial reaction when it happened.
on the walk-off single,
No, on Jackson Holiday to right field. Wasn't he playing right during the time?
I think he was. Let me look at it again.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the game. I swore it was him in right field. He turned his back to it, and it bounced what looked like off the top of the wall. And Paez is a great athlete. It felt like he had enough time to get there. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does for Yamamoto's no hitter. And then, of course, the Orioles won that game. So actually, yes, it does matter a lot. I thought he could have caught that, or at least put a better play on it.
It's tough because
It's
there's a
tough.
lot. There's like 2-3 feet of concrete
Yeah,
extending from the padded wall to the back rail, which it hit off of. I
yeah.
think like he could have leaped and tried to make a spectacular effort, but he wasn't going to get there.
Yeah, that's fair. That was just my initial reaction. I was like, Paez, catch the ball.
Yeah, no,
I
I mean
wanted,
you're like Andy Pajes. Why are you not Dwayne Wise right
yeah.
now? I get it.
What are you doing? Jump 4 feet in the air. I mean, do it. No, but the reason I wanted him to catch it so bad, and probably why I had that reaction, was Yamamoto. I mean, I feel for this guy because the second he came over, everyone outside of LA instantly hated him. Right?
Yeah,
He has that bad start in Korea, and everyone's calling him overrated. You stink, classic Dodger. And Dodger fans, that's what comes with being a Dodger fan these days. Everyone's going to hate your team. Everyone's going to hate your players because you spend $400 million and you you delay payments and all that good stuff. So people are going to hate it. So I'm not upset with fans for having that reaction towards a Dodgers pitcher. But what I will say is I felt like it then severely underrated him. That nobody was really paying attention when he came back that season. And even though he had that tough start in Korea, ends with a 2.95 ERA. Or this year is one of the best pitchers in the league again with a 2.6 or 2.7 ERA, if my memory serves me correctly. Right? He has been just dominant and he's having a really good stretch here. And on a Dodgers team that's filled with stars, he has to be the game one starter. And I have all the faith in the world in him.
yeah. Since he debuted, great note from our Just Baseball social team. Since he debuted at the start of last year, Yamamoto is fifth in ERA among starting pitchers with a minimum of 240 innings pitched.
I mean,
I mean, like, I'm going to give you the names in front of him, and I'm going to make my case right now. Skeens at a 197, amazing. Skubal at a 225. Sale at a 238. Wheeler at a 263. Yamamoto at a 282. And here's what I'm going to say Christopher Sanchez is probably the most underrated pitcher in baseball.
mhm.
Like, Sanchez is contending for a Cy Young. He's on like a 5-year, $22 million deal, and he's buried.
I might disagree. Yohan Oviedo.
Oh, sure.
He's got it
I like
good.
that
He's
shout.
got a mid two CRA.
I like that shout in like 4 starts. I
I
like
know.
it.
Just saying.
I think Sanchez is probably the most underrated pitcher in baseball based on the fanfare. The casual baseball fan has no idea who Christopher Sanchez is,
Right.
but he's one of the best pitchers in baseball over the last 3 years or so.
Yes.
Yamamoto, and it feels so weird to say because he's a $325 million pitcher
For the Dodgers.
for the Dodgers, but he's so buried on the headlines
Oh,
of Dodgers. And all we want to talk about with the freaking Dodgers is, well, Snell's hurt again, and Glasnow's hurt again, and Kershaw's turning back the clock, and Otani's Otani, and Mookie's struggling, and Freddie Freeman's a beast. He's like sick. He's like seventh or eighth on the headlines. It's like, oh, by the way, aside from the shoulder thing that it limited him for 2.5 months last year, 3 months. Yamamoto has been a top five pitcher in baseball since he came stateside. His steadiness this year is one of the more underappreciated storylines in baseball this season.
couldn't agree more. My next takeaway is, and again, I don't want to be mean, but the Orioles' young core this year has just been so disappointing in my eyes. The best of the best, Gunnar Henderson. He's dealt with some injuries this year. I still love him, but a 797 OPS, wish it was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Jackson Holiday, still about to be 22 years old. Got tons of time. Believe in him. I wish he was better than a 710 OPS this year, right? Colton Cowser has dealt with injuries. I understand he's still 25 years old. 668 OPS, right? Kobe Mayo. I mean, we've just been waiting. 605 OPS, 70 WRC plus. They've dealt with injuries, like even Sam Basayo when he's come up. He's been okay so far. Again, I'm
Right,
not
that was a
judging anything.
tank of a walk-off homer on Friday.
Unbelievable. And he's got stupid juice, but he's also got like a 670 OPS so far. And again, it's so early. And to judge these guys, especially Sam Basayo, there's no need to do it. But what I will say is this Orioles young core was lauded as a potential dynasty starter. And reading through those numbers, I'm left incredibly disappointed. Now, next year, am I probably going to be buying some Orioles stock? Yes.
Yeah.
Am I giving up on any of them? Absolutely not. But man, reading through those numbers, I'm left sad. I wanted so much more. I was so excited. And I'm left just disappointed.
I need to still give them more time. The ones that like I need to see better from Gunnar at an 800 OPS is like okay, but
Yeah.
you would like to see a down year at like an 840,
Yeah,
right?
he's Gunnar fucking Henderson.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to be in the 900s.
Yeah. I know Adley's hurt again, but for me next year, Adley Rutschman is the X factor in the American League East.
Yeah, I didn't even mention him because he's been hurt, but he's been arguably the most disappointing player of the core.
Yeah. I think far and away he's been the most disappointing player. Like there are signs with Holiday and he's still so young. I
Yeah,
look forward to watching Holiday next year, but for
me
me
too.
it's like Adley that jumps out. Ready
100%.
to move on?
Ready to move on.
Okay, let's go to San Diego and Colorado. Here's the thing, we had two of the better series to talk about, so now we're going to move a little bit more rapid fire. Game one, 3-0 Colorado. Where were you when Kyle Freeland turned it the hell on? Hunter Goodman homered, but Kyle Freeland was the story. 8 scoreless, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 10 Ks. Kyle Freeland, his 10 punchouts tied a career high. The only reason he was throwing is because he only threw 8 pitches his last start because he got tossed after Devers took him into oblivion. He threw 8 pitches, 2 days rest. They said, you know what, Kyle, get back on the hump. And he goes 8 scoreless against the Padres with 10 punchies at Coors.
Real quick, that was another one of those internet started just hating him for his
Oh,
reaction to Devers.
it killed a guy. No, you should.
And I even tweeted out, I was like, I love it when pitchers get fired up. Good. I mean, did it go a little bit too far? Sure. But at the end of the day, I'm watching this for entertainment. People are just ripping him.
I
Like he brought out a gun onto the field. Everyone
right.
relax.
I thought the comp to Muncy telling Bumgarner to go get the ball out of the ocean was awesome. It's
Yeah.
like he just hit a homer. You're like, shut up.
Talk some shit. I also tweeted out ban taunting penalties. I hate that we're trying to police this. Let them go at it.
Let him go at it.
Fun.
So, I'm with you. But Kyle Freeland game on Friday, 3-0 Colorado got the win. San Diego does win the series. They win game 2, 10-8. Classic Coors Field fashion. San Diego had a 6-run second and a 4-run fifth. There were 30 combined hits. Goodman, Beck, Moniak all homered for Colorado. Fernando Tatis ripped his 20th homer of the year for San Diego on a 3-run shot. Luis Arise, Ryan O'Hearn, 3-hit days. Tovar, Beck, and Warming Bernabel, 3-hit days for Colorado. Randy Vasquez, quality start, gritty at Coors. Game 3, 8-1. The Padres got the win over the Rockies. Machado, Merrill, Sheets, Laureano all homered. San Diego played at 8, despite being 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position and leaving 12 on base. Dylan Cease, decent start. 5 innings, a 1-run ball, 5 Ks. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any takeaways from this one? I don't. I mean, good Padres finally.
Kyle
I mean,
Freeland, gas.
yeah, Kyle Freeland gas. It's, just kind of waiting. I mean, this is the first time since August 26th where the Dodgers and the Padres won a game on the same day, and that was on Sunday. Neither team wants to win the division.
It's funny how like we're getting not a pool noodle fight, but we're getting
No, it's a pool noodle fight.
it might be a pool noodle fight.
It is. Neither of these teams wants to win.
We're getting a pool noodle fight in terms of the final wild card spot in the American League, in the National League as well, to be honest with you, and then atop the NL West. Who wants to win right now?
Nobody wants to win the American League West either. The Astros aren't playing well. The
Yeah,
Mariners.
right. I mean, there are so many things where I'm like, does anybody really want to run through the tape here?
The Mariners scored 28 runs in their last 2 road games, and I was like, is that more runs on the road than they've scored all year? I mean, it's just like these teams, everyone is limping into September. I was texting back and forth with a buddy, and he was like, who's your World Series pick? And I texted back, every baseball team sucks in their own way. They
I
all
like
suck. I have no, like, it's not like, oh, well, maybe this team. No, they're all terrible, and I have no idea who's going to win it all.
Yeah, I'm ready to just say Milwaukee and then
Yeah,
move
except
on
the
with my life.
Brewers. The Brewers are awesome. Everyone else sucks.
I'm good to just move on. Okay, let's go to the next series that we got here. It's A's Angels in Anaheim. Game one, 10-4 A's. The A's had a 7-run third after LA's 4-run bottom of the first. There were homers from Blade and Lawrence Butler. Jose Soriano, bad. Two and a third innings, 8 runs, 5 walks for Soriano. Game two, 17-4. The A's get the win. Athletics scored 7 runs across the first 2 frames. They scored 8 runs across the back 2 frames. Homers from Nick Kurtz, J.J. Bleday, Colby Thomas, also the first big league homer from Carlos Cortez. It came on a 34-mile-an-hour pitch from Scott Kingery. Jacob Wilson, Shea Langelier's 3-hit days. Joe Adell hit his 34th homer. Yusei Kikuchi, 2 innings, 7 runs. Scott Kingery, 2 innings, 12 hits, 8 runs, but he struck out Nick Kurtz on a 32 mile an hour Ethos pitch. Awesome, love it. I saw Sam Blum of the Athletic tweet something along the lines of the Angels not having any pitching left and the Salt Lake Bees not having any pitching left. The Angels AAA affiliate put Yolmer Sanchez out there on a save situation because they actually had no pitchers left, and I'll find that exact thing.
Like 4 years ago, didn't they have a draft where they picked 20 pitchers?
20
Where are they?
arms. Yeah, they
Where are
went
they?
20 for 20 in the pitching department. I think that
Where
was 2023.
where are they?
I'm not sure. One of them was Sam Bachman, I think. Game three, 4-3 Angels. Mitch Ferris had a quality start in Major League start number two. In 11 innings across his front 2 starts, 3 earned runs. Congrats to Mitch Ferris on a nice start in the bigs. Joe Adell hit homer number 35. Willie McIver, Tyler Soderstrom homered for the A's. It was a go-ahead RBI double from Travis d'Arnaud in the 8th inning. That was the weekend.
First of all, Joe Adell 35 jacks is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, just to see him kind of put it all together. Again, it's a high chase rate profile. It's hard to project him moving forward because there's going to be a lot of peaks and valleys, but the peaks are fun. And I think he's enjoying one of those this year. And, he's been a joy to watch. One more that I want to talk about. Nick Kurtz ran away with the American League Rookie of the Year. And then I feel like everybody stopped talking about him. Just because when we evaluated the races, right, we're like, oh, we don't have to talk about AL Rookie of the Year because he's just so unbelievably good. But he just keeps hitting. In 98 games this year, he's got 29 home runs. Let me read that again. In 98 games, he has 29 home runs. And he's hitting 305, 402, 635, 178 WRC plus. That is 78% better than league average. Where would that rank if he qualified? Number 2 in Major League Baseball, just behind Aaron Judge, ahead of Shohei Ohtani, ahead of Juan Soto, Cal Raleigh, ahead of George Springer. Yep, George Springer is up there at 161. He's had an amazing year. He's got a 4.4 F WAR, Jack, in 98 games. What a player. He's 22 years old. He was drafted last year.
Yeah.
What a building block in no city designation.
Yeah, what a building block in an undisclosed area in Northern California. Just
Yeah.
riveting stuff. Yeah, getting this tweet from Sam Blum. The Angels seem to have literally no pitching left in AAA. On Sunday, former big league infielder Yolmer Sanchez was called on to get the save with a 6-5 lead in the top of the ninth. He did not record the save. I just looked at the line. He got 3 outs, but allowed 5 runs in a 10-6 loss for the Salt Lake Bees. That is a limp to the finish line. That's not making it to the finish line. Like you're up 6-5 going to the top of the ninth, and you put a position player in to try and finish it.
The minor league season has like 2 weeks left.
AAA has 3 weeks left. Like they go pretty much until we go.
What are they going to do?
I don't know.
What do you mean they have no pitchers left? I saw that tweet
That's
too. I'm like,
honestly,
what do you
that's
mean?
when you sign Rich Hill.
Yeah,
Let's
bring him in.
just bring in Rich Hill. That's
Who
when you
else?
sign Rich Hill or Dallas Keuchel or somebody, and you just move on.
Keuchel. We haven't seen enough Keuchel teams yet.
No.
You could bring in Quantrill, go win a AAA championship, guarantee it.
Cal. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
unfortunately available after the Braves just released him.
Yeah, Cal and we're trying to find a team right now.
I understand. Let's move on to Boston and Arizona. Yeah, good point to the Cal Quantrill signed
See
Rockies
the Rockies
jersey.
Cal jersey? Priceless.
That is
Priceless.
big
The
stuff.
Mona Lisa, Picasso, the Quantrill signed.
Absolutely love it. All right, we're moving on to Boston and Arizona in Arizona. Snakes took the front two. Boston salvaged on Sunday. Game one went to Arizona 10-5. Snakes were up 6-1 after seven. The Red Sox played at four in the top of the eighth to make it a one-run game. Arizona played at four in the bottom of the eighth to put it away. Geraldo Perdomo, Ildemaro Vargas homered against Peyton Tolley. Corbin Carroll hit homer number 30 against Justin Slayton in the eighth. It was a three-run shot. Eduardo Rodriguez, 6 innings, a one-run ball, but Tolley struggled in Major League start number two, 3 innings, 5 runs. He walked four. Game two, 5-1 Arizona. Diamondbacks played at three in the bottom of the second. James McCann was 3 for 4. Good for him. Brandon Pfaadt, good start. 6 innings, 1 run, no walks, and 7 Ks. And then game three, Boston just played at three in the top of the ninth to finish the job. 7-4, the win over Arizona. Red Sox played at three in the seventh and three in the ninth. No homers in this one. Brian Bayo, 6 innings, a 3 run ball. Ryan Nelson was good. 6 innings, a 1 run ball. He did walk three, but he K'd three as well. Aroldis Chapman did not allow a hit. And do I have this right? I didn't get to watch the finish of this game. Aroldis Chapman got the save. He struck out four guys in the ninth inning. This would be adding to the mystique. Hold on now. Did you see this on Sunday?
I did not.
Let me see this. Okay. Aroldis Chapman came on in the bottom of the ninth to close out the game. Blaze Alexander strikes out swinging. Ildemaro Vargas strikes out swinging, but he reaches first on a wild pitch from Chapman. So, yep, somebody reached on a drop third strike. He then struck out Tyler Locklear swinging, and he struck out Jordan Lawler swinging. So, my eyes did not deceive me. Aroldis Chapman got the save by punching out four in 1 inning. He's in God mode right now.
He's allowed 21 hits this year. This year. 21 hits in 54 innings. It's unbelievable. 77 strikeouts. Got an ERA at 1.
Do you know when the last hit he allowed was?
Yeah, wasn't it like...
It was July 23rd in Philadelphia.
It's September 7th.
He went 11 no-hit innings with 14 punch-outs and one walk in August. And so far, he's he's thrown 2 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks, 5 Ks. He's faced 7 hitters. He's punched 5 out in September.
He's one of the greatest athletes this world has ever seen.
Ah,
I mean, think about it. Look at his body at 37. I mean, he looks like General Grievous. He's got these huge arms and these enormous shoulders and this tight, compact torso and the legs of a power forward, and he just drives down the mound. And he's developed more pitches over his career, and Aram made a joke that he's got such a great repertoire he might be able to start. And I'm thinking to myself, that's a funny joke, Aram, but then I'm also thinking to myself, oh, am I going to limit him? He can do whatever he wants. Aroldis Chapman's still one of the freakiest humans I've ever seen up close and personal when I was working for the Yankees and he was walking on the field and I was right next to him. And I've seen Judge up close. Stanton, these guys are huge. Chapman is a different monster. You've seen him too.
it really is. Like when you say he's one of the best athletes that we've ever seen, I just can't push back on that at all because his body, he's anatomically designed to throw 100 in 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how he's done it for 20 years, but he's done it for 20 years.
Because he's a one of one type of guy. It's almost like Nolan Ryan's arm was one of one. How do you throw like that for 40 years? Gas. We just get one of one guys occasionally, and Chapman is one of one at what he does. It just is what it is. Also, I want to shout out when you were going over the rundown, Ceddanne Rafaela had such a good catch on a Corbin Carroll.
Yes,
Robbed a Corbin Carroll home run, and that just speaks to Corbin Carroll. Like, he's got 30 jacks already, but could have more. I mean, Corbin Carroll's amazing, but Rafael in center, like, I hated that experiment when, you know, you move Rafael to second. I understand why they did it because they had too many outfielders, so, you know, you want to keep Rafael's bat in the lineup, but that guy needs to be in center field every single day. Move everybody else because he is an all-world defender. What a catch out there.
What a catch it was. All right, we're going to move on to Peter's Clump in a moment. Before that, quick break. All right, Petey boy.
Let's get after it. Jays versus Yankees. Game one, Blue Jays win 7-1. Jays just shit all over Schlittler. led by Bo Bichette, who drove in the first run on a double, then drove home the fourth on a sac fly. 4-0 Jays going into the bottom of the second. Gosman's one mistake all day was allowing Stanton to go yard in the top of the second, but then Vladdy Jr. answered in the fifth and took his sweet time enjoying his 23rd dinger of the season. Jays just kept piling on with RBI doubles from Ernie Clement and Dalton Varsho. Game was never close. Gosman was masterful. 8 innings, a 1-run ball, just 4 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 3.63. The Yankees get revenge in game 2, winning 3-1. They got out to a 2-0 lead in the second, courtesy of RBIs from Dominguez and Wells, and that was all they needed. Not the most exciting game in the world. We had a rain delay in the 6th, so everything got thrown out of whack. Bassett didn't allow an earned run over 5 innings, and Luis Gil went 6 strong with only 3 hits allowed and 1 earned run. Move to game 3, the rubber match. Yankees get the job done, win 4-3. Ben Rice got the Yankees going early with a 3-run shot, his 23rd of the season. Blue Jays would battle back in the second and third, highlighted by RBI hits from IKF and Vladdy Jr., but the winning run ended up being a Cody Bellinger RBI double in the third, as both teams were shut out after 3 innings. Max Fried, not good early, much better late, turned in a very solid start, 7 innings, a 3-run ball with 4 strikeouts, improving to 16-5, and his ERA is 3.02. Jays improved to 82-61. Jays fall to 82-61. Yankees improved to 80-63. And now looking at the regular season standings, the Yankees sit just 2 games out of the division.
So it is funny that like we go over the weekend preview and the Yankees are sweeping and they're the best team in the world, and then you get on here and say they're terrible. They stink. They schlit all over Schlittler.
Well, I was disappointed. I was really excited to watch Schlittler pitch, and it wasn't very fun to watch.
Yeah, I understand that it wasn't very fun to watch, but I don't know. Like, it's okay that a young kid deals with that. And I stand by my thought that people are going to find out in the postseason
Oh,
who Camp
agreed.
Schlittler is. And
That
my other
offense,
overarching take on New York, Jazz is awesome. Jazz is a very, very good baseball player.
he's en route to a 30-30 season.
Yeah.
Ever since he joined the Yankees, he has been the second best second baseman in baseball, only trailing Ketel Marte.
Other two 30-30 seasons in Yankees history, what are they? Or
Ooh,
other two players, because one guy had two of them.
A-Rod?
Nope.
No, I don't think he stole. Oh, Alfonso Soriano?
Soriano.
Um, Mantle?
No, not Mantle. You're
Mantle?
probably not going to get this one.
Um, Willie Randolph?
No. Final guess.
He never hit 30 home runs. Or maybe he did. I don't know. I'm sure. No, go ahead. Tell me.
Bobby Bonds.
Yeah, I forgot that
Yeah,
one.
Alfonso Soriano and Bobby Bonds. That's like really interesting company.
What a weird grouping.
Jazz Chisholm, Alfonso Soriano, and Bobby Bonds. Jazz has to get there, but like, yeah, in the rich history of the Yankees, it's Soriano, it's Bobby Bonds, and it's Jazz Chisholm.
Do you think the Yankees catch the Jays?
I don't think so. I have. I would say I was gearing up to say I have much fewer questions about the Jays than I do the Yankees aside from the bullpen, but the bullpen is like the big question as it pertains to a Major League Baseball team. I don't think so. I think that Jays season is a little bit more magical than anybody wants to give it credit for. Like there's some sort of divine intervention happening with the Toronto Blue Jays, and I think they just win the AL East in this kind of year.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think, the Yankees don't have that tough of a schedule left, and the Blue Jays have a little bit of a tougher schedule. But the Blue Jays have just been playing better baseball all year. And now with Shane Bieber kind of going every fifth day, it's hard to find a lot of losses. I mean, if Brios and Bassett keep pitching the way they are, they haven't been horrible. I mean, Brios has been worse. Um, it's tough. It's tough. Again, with a 2-game lead, like if it was tied, I would take the Yankees. But again, by like 1 game, so I think the Blue Jays might end up winning, but not holding out hope yet. All right, we'll see. Cubs versus Nationals next series up. Game 1, Cubs win 11-5. Jake Irvin's day got bad quick as the Cubs hung 6 runs in the first 2 innings of this game, highlighted by home runs from Dansby Swanson and Reese McGuire. Luis Garcia answered with a home run of his own, but from there, it was all Cubs. Nico Horner went yard. Ian Happ hit his 20th of the year. Over quick. Move to game two. Nationals win 2-1. Nats and Cubs traded blows in the first two innings, but a Dalen Lyle home run in the fourth ended up deciding this game. The Cubs wasted a 7-inning performance from Matthew Boyd, who only allowed 2 earned runs through 7 innings, and he also recorded his 10th pickoff of the season, a new Cubs record. Unfortunately, PCA left this game with a knee injury, but x-rays were negative. He was just day-to-day. Big sigh of relief. Move to game three. Nationals win 6-3. This one was about as bad of a Cubs loss as you can get. Twofold. We'll talk about it. Carson Kelly got the game started with his 15th home run of the year and then homered in the 8th to give the Cubs a 3-1 lead. But then the top of the 9th happened. Daniel Palencia comes in, who has been a great closer for the Cubs all season long, and everything went wrong. Robert Hassel started it off with a home run. Then Josh Bell hit a 3-run shot to take the lead. They tack on one more, and Palencia left the game after throwing a pitch, bent over. It looked really bad and was holding his shoulder. Bad news. Nats improved to 58 and 84. Cubs fall to 81 and 62. Again, we've talked about this Cubs bullpen before. Not a lot of star power, but the guys have been doing their job. Brad Keller, Daniel Palencia, Kittredge has come in and really solidified the 7th inning role. You know, when they got other arms, but it's just not, when they come in, I'm not saying, oh yeah, the inning is over, but the inning ends up being over, and they've done a really good job this season.
So Palencia, Craig Counsell told people post game on Sunday that it's a posterior capsule strain, shoulder capsule strain, which will at the very least be a run to the IL and the season's over. Like it's terrible. Um, Recent example, I saw trade rumors cited this one. Kodai Senga had a posterior capsule strain last year in February. How many starts did Senga make in 2024? He made one.
One.
So you're really hoping this is not a severe strain for Palencia. Shoulders are terrifying, and I'm hoping for the best for him because he has been such a joy to watch this year. It looked like he was solidifying the Cubs closer role, but we're what, a year and a half removed from Adbert Alzolay looking like the same thing. Like, oh, Cubs have their closer moving forward, and Alzolay was struggling mightily, and then he got hurt, and he's been out for a really long time. And now Palencia, like it just kind of feels like more of the same. So I feel for Cubs fans in terms of the closer role.
Oh yeah, I mean this is I mean it's not a dagger. It's not, right? It's not Kyle Tucker getting injured. It's not
But
even
like,
PTA, but
it's your closer.
it's your closer and a bullpen that is a little brittle. Not a lot of name value there, and that doesn't mean that
Mhm.
they can't perform, but when you lose your guy at the top, like these are the little edges in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If you don't have the 9th inning locked in, because Brad Keller, how many saves does he have in his career? Is he going to be saving big time playoff games? I hope he does well. But projecting going into the playoffs with all these great teams in the National League, actually, all of them suck. So maybe the Cubs can win. But you know what I'm saying? It's just when the Phillies got Duran and the Brewers got either Uribe or McGill, and we'll see what happens with the Dodgers. The Padres are so good. Yeah, we'll see. You know, it may not affect them that much, but it certainly doesn't make me feel good about the Cubs going into the postseason.
Yeah, I understand, man. No, it's a weird one. I will say Washington, like in a weird way, is playing somewhat better baseball, and it took hitting rock bottom and 30 games under 500 to come out the other side. But for me, like, there's no takeaway on Washington right now. It was just an indictment on Chicago dropping that final game on Sunday.
Yeah, it is what it is. Let's move over to Mets versus Reds. Game one, Mets win 5-4. Mets put up all 5 runs in the first 4 innings against Andrew Abbott, and Mark Vientos was the star of the show, driving in the game's first run, then homering in the third. It could have been worse, though. TJ Friedel robbing a home run. What a play. Reds would battle in the fourth to narrow the lead, and in the bottom of the ninth, Edwin Diaz gave up a knock and 2 walks, and we had nobody out with the middle of the Reds order coming up. But then Noelvi Marte struck out. Then Ellie struck out. And then Gavin Lux grounded out to end it, and the Mets escape with a win. Move to game 2. Reds win 6-3. Rookie on rookie crime early as Sal Stewart went yard for the first time of his career off Jonah Tong, a 412-foot shot to center field. Nimmo would plate one for the Mets. But then the Reds' homers started to fall. Matt McClain and Austin Hayes both left the yard. Jared Young also homered for the Mets, but it was too little too late as Brady Singer just kept it rolling. Another 6 inning, 1 run performance. His ERA is down to 3.98. He's allowed 1 or fewer runs in 7 of his last 8 outings. Shout out the Just Baseball Twitter page. Jonah Tong only gave up 3 hits, but 4 earned because, of the home runs. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Still pretty damn solid for his quote unquote first start on the road. It's supposed to go bad. We just saw what happened with Peyton Tolley. And Jonah Tong did that. I'm sure Mets fans will take it. Game 3. Reds win 3-2 and win the series. Brett Baty opened the scoring with his 16th home run of the year in the third, but Austin Hayes would answer for the Reds in the fourth with a sac fly, and then Ellie gave the Reds the lead in the sixth on an RBI double. Austin Hayes followed it up with an RBI, this time an RBI single, and that's all Cincy needed. Now, Juan Soto homered for the 38th time this year in the ninth inning, but it was too little too late because Hunter Green was just on one. 7 innings, a 1-run ball with only 1 hit allowed, 12 punchies, ERA to 2.59. Another rookie debut, Brandon Sproat, pretty solid. Quality start, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned. Did walk 4 batters, but he struck out 7. Reds, improved to 72 and 71. Mets fall to 76 and 67. Frank the Tank is not enjoying Mets baseball right now.
No, I understand that he's not loving it. I understand that many Mets fans are not loving Mets baseball right now, but I'm with you on the Tong thing. It seems like I'm just waiting for it to backfire at some point, and it's just not backfiring on Carlos Mendoza. It's not backfiring on David Stearns. This guy has answered every single test. And you mentioned like it went a heck of a lot better than your first start on the road against a postseason caliber team should go for Jonathan. Weird wins. Dominant also wins. And my big takeaway from this weekend was not the Mets collapse and everything is wrong in Queens and oh no, like it's time to tear it down and rebuild. It's Hunter Green is just awesome. And I'm not missing a Hunter Green start for the foreseeable future. And if I can't watch it live, you bet your asterisk I'm going to watch the condensed game. 2024, 26 starts at a 2.75 ERA. Coming into this start on Sunday, 15 starts at a 2.7. Obviously, he's missed some time with injury. But the only thing preventing Hunter Green from being one of the best pitchers in baseball is Hunter Green's lack of availability. This year, let me pull up the live numbers here because Baseball Reference hasn't updated yet. Hunter Green, how many walks do you think he's issued? I'll give you the innings total. 90 and a third innings. How many walks? He walked 2 on Sunday.
I'm going to guess 25.
19 walks issued.
Wow.
So in 90 and a third, he's punched out 113 and walked 19. And oh, by the way, opponents are hitting under 200 against him. Green is box office at this point, and he does it with hard stuff, and he does it with the nasty slider. And whenever you see Hunter Green pitch, you could get an outing like Sunday, or you could get an outing where he punches out 12 and 6 in the third, like he did in Anaheim on August 19th. Or you can get 6 in the third, a 1-run ball, and he punches out 7 like he did against the Blue Jays on September 1st in Cincinnati. He can give you a good start literally every time he toes the rubber. And it felt like his start against the Dodgers was just a little out of whack. 5 innings, a 5-run ball, you move on.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get clipped by the Dodgers. Like, that's okay. Hunter Green is one of the best pitchers in the league. I want to look back at the Brady Singer for Jonathan India trade because at the time, it felt like such a win-win. Royals need a bat, can play second base. That's a position of need. Great. Royals have a lot of pitching. We'll send over Brady Singer to the Cincinnati Reds. Great. Win-win. Both players are pretty damn solid. Here's the issue, though. Brady Singer is putting up one of the best seasons of his career. He's got a 2.9 FWAR. He's got an ERA below 4. He's going to rack up probably 170 innings this year. The innings eater, ground ball artist that he is, has been really solid for Cincinnati. Jonathan India, on the other side, is one of the few players qualified in baseball that has a negative WAR. 87 WRC plus. So at least in year 1 of this deal, the win goes to Cincinnati.
Yeah, there's some time, and I totally understand why JJ Piccolo made the move for Jonathan India.
No, I get it too.
Never want to fault them for that. But India has the third worst FWAR in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
So Yeah, it's looking like a resounding win for Nick Kroll right now. It's so tough to declare a winner and loser after 140 games, 150 games,
No, but
but
that's what we do on this show. We
yeah,
overreact.
you're right.
The Reds won.
No, listen, if we didn't do that, BetMGM would go away forever.
Would go away. They'd be like, you guys aren't yelling enough.
There's no takes. We need takes.
Why don't you guys talk about Jerry Jones more?
Yeah, give us takes.
Um, Also, the Royals did get Joey Weimer in that trade, but he's a Brewer.
Yeah, he's Fish fam now.
Is he Fish fam?
Yes, brother.
Why? Joey Weimer was on the Brewers though, right?
He was a Brewer, and then he went to and then he went to Cincinnati. He was traded in the Frankie Montas deal, and then he made his way to Kansas City in the Singer deal, and then he made his way. He was, I think, DFA'd and claimed by the Marlins.
I could have. Am I having a stroke? I
He's not on the
swore.
Brewers right now.
No, I know he's. Was he on the Brewers this year at all? No,
No,
he wasn't. What am I on?
are you okay?
I don't know. I swore I saw him making a good play for the Brewers this year. I don't know. I'm on crack or something.
Sometimes I blink and it's 2022. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's move over to the next series. White Sox versus Tigers. Game one, White Sox win 7-5. White Sox got on the board first, courtesy of the greatest shortstop alive, Colson Montgomery, with an RBI single. Kyle Teal followed suit in the third, but Parker Meadows lined a shot into the right field seats in the bottom half to tie the game at 2. Robertson grabbed the lead back for the White Sox, but a wild pitch by Shane Smith in the fourth scored 2 Tigers after Smith collided with the catcher. Not good baseball, to say the least. But the White Sox would keep battling as Benintendi gave them the lead. Then Montgomery homered for the 18th time in his first 51 games, the most for any shortstop in MLB history through their first 51 games. Tigers would battle, but they were no match for the mighty White Sox. Move to game 2. Tigers win 6-0. It's one of those classic Scooble at home games where the White Sox didn't have a chance at all. Nobody would have. 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 6 Ks, ERA down to 2.10. Finished at 90 pitches, unbelievably efficient. Just hysteric Scooble. Tigers win. Jahmai Jones and Gleyber Torres homered. This game was basically over before it started. Move to game 3, though. White Sox win the series, and they win this game 6-4. Game started hot with 2 runs from the White Sox in the first from a Benintendi double, and then the Tigers put up 3 in the bottom half on a bad throw from Baldwin, the center fielder, on a sac fly from Torque that scored 2, and then another sac fly by Wensiel Perez. Lenin Sosa homered in the third. Sneakiest 20 home run guy in baseball. What do you think?
Wenzel, who? Lenine
Lenin
Sosa?
Sosa. Sneaky 20 jacks.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you got?
I would think sneakiest 20 homers. No, I mean my takeaway were where were you when Alex Rodriguez 2.0 was born? Like
Exactly.
that's my big takeaway from this one.
So
Also,
just
Scooble starts against the Marlins next time. I'm dreading it, but I'm so excited like at the same time.
well, the Marlins are either actually going to hit him or he's going to go CG because the Marlins, when you're looking at pitches per plate appearance leaders, the Marlins are near the bottom, as with the Astros. And it doesn't mean that that means that they're a bad offense by any stretch of the imagination. It just means they're really aggressive. And if you're aggressive against Scooble and you're not getting hits, like you're done. Like he's just going to pile drive you.
We'll see. It is just it's greatness on the other side. Not often do you get to see greatness on the other side. So I have no idea how it's gonna go.
But just to wrap up, 2 teams kept fighting, but in the 8th, Lenin Sosa stepped up big again, this time scoring 2 on an RBI single. White Sox improved to 55 and 89. Tigers fall to 82 and 62. Over 54 and a half wins or 53 and a half wins. We got it, folks. One of our biggest futures. Arm doubted. I can't remember your opinion on it, but we got it. The White Sox wagon. Colson Montgomery is a future Hall of Famer. Lenin Sosa is going to hit 40 jacks, and they're winning it all in 2026. Come on, White Sox.
I don't comment on those things. Yeah, no. Where were you when Alex Rodriguez was born again? Colson Montgomery, stand up.
Stand
Southside,
up.
stand up.
Tigers, Finnegan hits the IL.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate.
Yes, it is, because we were just talking about with the Cubs. Tigers bullpen ain't much better, but I trust more of their arms. I think I have more confidence in the Tigers fixing it than the Cubs fixing it in their bullpen. Still doesn't help because Finnegan, ever since he came over from the Washington Nationals, the trade deadline, has been unconscious. So to lose a reliever like that sucks. And I got to say, there's a reason I took them under 92.5 wins live. This rotation is not good. Flaherty struggling, Morton struggling, Mize struggling. And Skubal, yeah, they're going to win all of his starts. Great. Of course they will. He's Skubal. The rest, like game two, like if the Tigers lose game one, they are out of the playoffs. Out of the
At,
playoffs.
at what point do you just insert Troy Melton and say, "You go, kid"?
I
I
mean, I
think it's
like him.
now.
I like him. And maybe it is now. But it's not like he's a game changer, right? How much better is he than.
Swapping him in for Charlie Morton is a real game changer. You're not touching Flaherty. You're not touching Mize.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably say it for Sawyer Gibson Long, but
But like I
yeah,
I
no,
prefer Sawyer Gibson Long over Charlie Morton.
that's exactly what I was going to say. Tigers
Let's
fans, let us know in the comment section below. What do you do?
let's
What do you
flop
do?
two letters, man. Let's go Morton for Melton. I'm in.
I mean, I just don't know if that's even going to save that. I mean, the pitch, they're going to win the division, right? They're like 8 games up. They're perfectly fine. They're going to get in the playoffs. But I think they have to use this time to figure out who are we relying on? And that's why I'm really curious, Tigers fans. I just want to hear thoughts. Where are we at this starting rotation? Let us know in the YouTube comments below. And of course, we'll be talking about it all in the Discord. And the Discord is where we really hammer out all of our thoughts. A reminder, join the best baseball group chat in the world. You can also get my NFL picks if you want them. Again, the link is in the episode description. Anything else on this series?
I don't think so.
Let's move over to Brewers versus Pirates. Quick one. Brewers just stomped all over them. Game one, Brewers went 5-2. This game was back and forth early as Contreras and O'Neill Cruz traded blows before Tommy Pham came in with an RBI double to give Pittsburgh the lead, but Jake Bauers would have none of that, ripping a single to score two to give Milwaukee the lead, and then Bryce Terang joined in with the same, and then Andrew Vaughn delivered the dagger in the ninth on an RBI single. Quinn Priester improves to 12-2 after tossing 7 innings of 2-run ball to lower his ERA to 3.25. Yohan Oviedo only allowed 1 hit and no earned runs over 5 innings, but the Pirates bullpen blew it. His ERA is down to 2.70. Most underrated pitcher in baseball. Moved to game 2. Brewers win 4-1. Jake Bauers opened the scoring with a 2-run shot in the 4th. That was all Milwaukee needed. Jackson Troyo got in on the fun, but Brandon Woodruff only needed literally 1 run of support. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned, no walks, 8 Ks, ERA down to 3.32. Classic Woodruff. Punching out the world, uber efficient. He's so good. Game 3, Brewers win 10-2. Game was over immediately. Brewers put up 4 in the first, 1 in the second, and then 3 more in the third. Jake Bauers stayed red hot with 2 hits, 3 runs, and 2 RBIs. Andrew Vaughn had a 4-for-5 day with a run and an RBI. Both Terang and Perkins had 2 hits apiece. Mizorowski, 7 innings? Where'd that come from? A career high. Only 3 hits allowed, 1 earned, 2 walks, 8 Ks. And Bubba Chandler, welcome to the big leagues. 2 innings, 9 hits, 9 earned. Brewers improved to 89-55. Pirates fall to 64-80. That was not good from Bubba.
Not good for Bubba. I don't want to say like that's what happens when teams have a plan, but like the Brewers are executing to the point where 1 through 9, if they've got a plan, it doesn't matter if they're seeing Skubal or they're seeing Skeens or they're seeing Bubba Chandler. Like Bubba is not at that level. The stuff is close to the top of the league. Like if you just look at stuff in a vacuum pitch by pitch, this guy has some of the nastiest stuff in Major League Baseball, but there is refinement that needs to take place with Bubba Chandler. And it's teams like Milwaukee and the 2025 Milwaukee Brewers in particular that will make you pay if you're not refined at this point. And that was the thing that jumped out to me on Sunday afternoon. You look at that lineup, and that lineup is nauseating to face. Milwaukee has a team identity. There's no ego in that lineup, and they are committed to one goal every single day. They have the advance meeting, and they're going to kick the starter's ass every day. And when you are at this point in his career, probably pretty simple to prep for in Bubba Chandler, that might happen to an uber talented 22-year-old, 23-year-old kid at the end of the day. And the stuff is electric. The stuff wasn't electric on Sunday, and Milwaukee pounced. I'm not saying that Bubba is simple because simple can be overwhelming. Skubal is simple at points. Like a lot of guys are simple at points.
What do you mean by simple?
By simple, I mean the arsenal, you know what you're going to get, and
Mm,
here you go. Here it is for 7 innings.
yeah.
You know what you're getting in a Scooble start, right? You're going to get gas, and you're going to get the changeup off of the gas. You're effectively prepping for two pitchers, or
And then,
two pitches if you're seeing Tarek Scooble.
and then you're going to poop your pants when he gives you the breaker.
Yeah, sure. But like if you were game planning for Tarek Skubal and you were a right-handed bat, are you prepping for a breaking ball?
No, you can't. You have to
You
narrow it on
can't.
those two pitches.
That's
If
what
you
I'm
start,
saying. Like, so
yeah,
Skubal, in essence, for a right-handed bat, is simple. And Bubba, like the tools need to be just a little bit more refined in the toolkit. And that's the thing that jumps out to me. It's going to take a year because Bubba is not Paul Skeens yet. And that's okay. That's totally okay.
yeah,
Mizorowski has enough tools that are 70 grade in terms of just sheer stuff that it can work. And his stuff is a little bit more outlier than Bubba's, to be totally frank. But
it
it
is.
just seemed like he didn't have his best stuff, and the Brewers had a plan and they pounced.
Pirates have this incredible home record, and the Brewers just come in and just it's like, what?
Yeah.
What's your home
No, I mean
record?
Don Kelly was over 500 coming into this weekend.
Hell yeah, the Pirates. I mean, they can pitch. I know. Well, they can pitch. Bubba Chandler just got killed. He's so
They,
young.
they
Who
can pitch.
cares?
Bubba can pitch.
He totally can pitch, and a lot of them can pitch. I mean, I just talked about Oviedo. They have, Mitch Keller is still really solid. Paul Skeens, like Jared Jones is going to come back. This team can really pitch and they can make some noise, except they can't hit. And I just have doubts of them spending in the next even few years,
Yep.
right?
Um, Milwaukee went in with a plan against Bubba Chandler's four-seam fastball. Okay. And Bubba, his four-seamer topped out at 101. It sat 98.3. Okay. In terms of vert, it was a 17-inch fastball. It was on par with what he typically does. Milwaukee swung at 15 four-seam fastballs. They swung and missed once. Okay. They had a plan of attack. They were prepped for Bubba's fastball, and they pounced on Bubba's fastball. There you go.
Welcome to the
So,
big leagues. You'll have a lot of great starts after this, but this is one where I bet when we interview him, he's going to talk about this start and be like, yeah, that sucked. And it got me right back locked in. I'd buy stock in Bubba
yeah.
Chandler now if I were you.
100%. Okay, we are going to get to Peter's back five series in a moment, but before that, I want to tell you about our friends at Ethos Life Insurance. Okay,
Let's do it.
Peter's in a little bit going to tell us about Royals twins,
Yeah.
and you have a couple of options. You could either A, listen, or B, do something else while you wait for him to be done.
Yeah.
And for me, I might get life insurance because I need to know that my family is protected if I go down. And that is why I'm going to trust my friends at Ethos. Ethos is an online platform that makes getting life insurance fast and easy to protect your family's future in minutes, not in months. No complicated process. It is 100% online. No medical exam required. You just answer a few health questions. Get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. So, Peter, you better go long on Royals Twins because I need 10 minutes. You can get same day coverage without ever leaving your house. Lucky for me, I'm not leaving my laptop during that stretch. Life insurance is more affordable than you think. With Ethos, you can get a free quote and customize a rate that fits your budget. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies as low as $2 a day, billed monthly. Protect your family from or protect your family with life insurance, not from life insurance, with Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/justbaseball. That's ethos, ethos.com/justbaseball.
Before we get into Twins Royals, I'm worried Ethos is going to poach you and make you their spokesperson because you
Maybe.
just you just crush it every single time. All right. Actually, next for me was Mariners versus Braves. We got to wait a little bit for Royals versus Twins. Game one,
That's why I
Braves.
said in a little bit you're going to give us Royals
Sure,
twins.
yeah. Mariners versus Braves. Game one, Braves win 4-1. I crashed out after this game about the Mariners. I couldn't believe how bad they were playing. Their road woes just continued. It was all Braves from the start. Kim got Kim Ha-Seong Kim got them on the board early with a sac fly. After the ad break, I just don't know how to read. Apparently, Chris Sale was dynamite, going 6 2/3 with 9 strikeouts and just 1 run allowed. Gilbert was just as good. Logan Gilbert went 6 innings, a 1 run ball with 7 punchies. Didn't matter. Lone Mariners run was a Leo Rivas RBI single. Braves took control on RBI hits from Olsen, Albies, and Baldwin, and this was over. But then in game two, they put a beating on Atlanta. 10-2 win. Finally won a road game. Got all their frustration out in this one. J-Rod homered for the 29th time to open it up, but Matt Olson would do the same, his 22nd on the season. But then the floodgates just opened in the 7th. Julio went yard again, his 30th, and then Gino did the same for the 43rd time this season. In the 8th, Naylor homered, and then in the 9th, Cal Raleigh hit his 52nd jack, still leading Major League Baseball. In game 3, wow. Mariners win 18-2. 8-run third inning from Seattle decided this one. Gino Suarez homered twice. He's up to 45 now. Cal homered his 53rd. Both Polanco, his 24th, and Naylor, his 18th, followed suit. Mitch Garver even had an RBI triple. That's how bad it got. And underneath it all was a great Luis Castillo start, 6 innings and 1-run ball with only 4 hits allowed and 6 punch-outs. Mariners improved to 75 and 68. Brewers fall to 64 and 79. This also comes to us courtesy of Just Baseball's Twitter account, the best Twitter account in the world. Julio Rodriguez, dude. Players in MLB history with 110 home runs and 110 stolen bases through their age 24 season. Alex Rodriguez, Mike Trout, Julio Rodriguez. Put some respect on his name.
He debuted at a young age. I'm not offering disclaimers here. J-Rod has been, I want to say consistent, but the bar is just like not as high as I feel like it could be for Julio Rodriguez, to be honest. He gives me a bit of frustration because this guy has the ability to be an 8-win player every year. You see it. He's huge. He moves like a gazelle. He's quick twitch. There's every ingredient there to be a preeminent superstar in Major League Baseball. And he's a star. I want to see him add the second S. Like, I want to see him transition into this superstar. And you hope it's next year or you hope it's the year after. There's plenty of time. This guy's very young.
It's funny. This sentiment is not just echoed by you. It's echoed across Just Baseball. Like all of our staff, whenever we talk about Julio Rodriguez, I feel like I'm on an island. And a lot of it has to do with expectations. I mean, Julio signed this enormous deal. I think his rookie year was his best year to date, right? And he was projected to be a multiple time MVP winner. And then he disappoints a little bit, right? Is bad for a big chunk of the season. And then the last few months just goes crazy and ends up with a 4.5, 5-win season. Does it the year after. And then this year, it's a lot of the same. But here's how I view it. I'm looking at a 24-year-old who is one of the best combinations of power, speed, and defense in the game, who is a little bit inconsistent. And when he's more consistent in a season, that's when he wins an MVP. And he's yet to turn 25 years old. It's like we already just slap labels on guys before they've really developed their entire career. He did come up early. Why? Because he's amazing. He came up early and hit the ground running. And then, yes, he's dealt with inconsistencies, but you look at the end of the year, and Julio Rodriguez is one of the best center fielders in baseball. Every single season he's been in baseball, and he's not even 25 yet. So, yes, has he reached those incredible expectations that we put on him? Not quite. Has he been a great, great player? Absolutely. Is there more room to grow? Is there more room to be consistent? Yes, which makes me so bullish on him long term. Like, I feel like when I talk to people about him, it's like, and I'm like, what? Yeah, he's not perfect, but he's also playing in the hardest park to hit in Major League Baseball on top of it. Now, I know WRC Plus accounts for it, but that's got to be tough. I mean, Teoscar Hernandez left Seattle and was like, yeah, it sucks to hit there. That's this guy's home ballpark. So I think Julio is one of the best young players in the game, and I think he's only going to get better as he becomes more consistent.
Okay, so I entirely align with that, but my thing is, why couldn't he be on the Bobby Witt Jr. level right now? You know, like I
I mean,
think
Bobby Witt
they're
Jr. is like on pace to be one of the great shortstops ever through his first 3 seasons.
I understand, but what we saw from Julio at such a young age, you thought that he could follow the same path. The same path. And I'm not asking Julio to be a 10-win player every year. I'm saying I think the groundwork that he laid so darn early. This guy had a 5.7 WAR season in his age 21 campaign in 2022. He followed that up with a 5.8 win season. That's effectively back to back 6 WAR seasons. And then last year, 116 WRC plus. He was a 4 win player. This year, he's a 5 win player. Awesome. A 124 WRC plus. I would love to see that escalate to 7.5 wins a year. And to be honest, that for me is the clear cut. You're the best center fielder in baseball. We know exactly what you're getting or what we're getting from you. At the end of the day, Julio's worst season by WAR is a 4 win season. That's unbelievable. But I think Lyle and TJ, the Marine Layer pod, put it so well. It's like he is consistently very good, occasionally amazing. Let's get there
Yeah.
consistently. And if he's there consistently, he can win an MVP. I'm with you. I think you're saying it's going to happen. And we're being selfish and saying, why hasn't it happened yet?
Yeah. And
So you're
it's like,
probably right. For once in your life, you're more measured than we are.
it's true though. It's true. And I think I'm right because this time I'm measured. I don't know with Julio, like I'm just enjoying what I'm watching. I guess maybe for me, I didn't have these unbelievable expectations. I was like, I think he's going to win multiple MVPs in his career. I still think that just because it didn't happen before he's 25 years old. What? Now he's a bad player? It's just the discourse around him I find so frustrating because it's like nobody gives him credit for what he does. And it's like, oh, well, he's not the MVP I thought he was. So now I'm disappointed. It's your own expectations. Yes, he was paid handsomely, and I still think he can win multiple MVPs. Just be more consistent. He's the man. He is the man. All right, let's keep it going. Guardians versus Rays. A battle of two teams we were both high on going into the weekend. Game one, Rays went 4-2. Ryan Pepiot let his pitch count go up, so he couldn't continue, but 5 innings of no-hit baseball is going to decide this one, especially when the Rays put up 4 runs in the first 6 innings, as Christopher Morel went 3 for 4, and Jake Mangum added 2 hits. This was over quick. Game two, Guardians get revenge, win 7-1, putting up 5 runs in the second on RBI hits from Stephen Kwan, Jose Ramirez, and David Fry. It was pretty much lights out from there as Gavin Williams continued his awesome season. You cooked, tossing 7 innings of 1-run ball, lowering his ERA to 3.13. Austin Hedges even got in on the fun with a home run, but Junior Caminero had something to say about it, so he roped his 41st of the year, the lone Rays run. Move to game three. Guardians win the rubber match 2-1. Carson Williams got the Rays on the board with his second career home run in the fifth, but that was it for Tampa. J-Ram triple homed the Guardians' first run, and then Gabriel Arias drove in the eventual winning run in the same inning on a single. Drew Rasmussen did what he could, 5 inning shutout, and Parker Messick on Cleveland's side worked around trouble and ended up with a great line. 6 innings, 8 hits, 1 earned, 4 Ks. His ERA is down to 1.93. Guardians improved to 72-70. Rays fall to 71-72. Two teams just trying to stay in it. The American League wild card. As we stand here today, the Rays are still 4 games out of that final spot. The Guardians are 2.5 out. They've won 3 in a row, 6 of their last 10, but it's so funny. Looking at the Rays plus 55 run differential, Guardians minus 48, with the Guardians 1.5 games above them.
I like victory lapping on Gavin Williams. It's one of my favorite things to do. I also am. Is it okay to victory lap on Pepio? Because like I feel like it was consensus that we
It was
identified
consensus.
Pepio as a breakout this year. He feels like a breakout this year.
I agree. He's really, really good. There was even when that trade for Glass now happened, it was like, is Pepio going to put up a higher WAR with the Rays than Glass now does with the Dodgers? And I think it's pretty close right now.
It is pretty darn close. Also, Glass now dealing with another flare up, right?
Back tightness.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's not like it's his fault, or at least
No,
I don't think. It's tough.
it's tough.
He's so
Uh,
talented, but he gets hurt all the time.
my other one is Caminero, 41 homers. Sick.
Yeah, I don't think Will Wagner's as good as him
Probably not. I
yet.
don't even think that I cooked with that one in the preseason. I think you just flubbed all time.
Yeah, no, I was just so bullish on Wagner. I was so fired up from the at bats. I was willing to take him against anybody. And you're like Junior, and I'm like, yeah, screw it, let's do it. I
That's
was like,
yeah, you just shouldn't do that
sometimes
moving
I get ahead
forward.
of myself in the off season.
It's okay.
It happens. happens, but I'm measured on Julio. You even said
Yeah,
it. Anything else on this series? I mean,
I don't think so,
again, like
honestly.
the Guardians, they're tough. You know, the offense is just there's just so much up and down. It's like they have a good series and they fall back a little bit. Then they have a good series and they fall
For
back.
me,
And the Rays are the same thing. These two teams are just gonna finish in the low 80s, and I don't think they're either gonna make it. I'm
no.
sorry.
And for me, if Cleveland gets in, it's a quick exit because the only guy that can really hit postseason caliber pitching in that lineup is Ramirez. And Kwan could possibly be on, and it's a two-run homer for J Ram, but like J Ram has to win them games, and
Yeah.
that just won't happen.
And Manzardo's been pretty good this year, but yeah, there's just no depth. Like, and they're not, because they've had lineups like these where, it's next man up mentality. It's similar to the Brewers, right? They have an identity, they have one goal, they play together. But this version is just, it doesn't feel like the same magic is there. Guardians fans, am I reading too far into it, or do you agree that you just don't guard ball? Like, it's hard to explain it, but you know it when you see it. Guardians fans, tell me if you agree in the comment section below. Let's go to Royals Twins. Here's the series. It was fun, sort of. Game one, Royals win 2-1. Michael Garcia, can I victory lap that one, Jack?
Yeah, sure.
Hit a 2-run shot in the third, and that was all they needed. As Michael Wacha threw 5 2/3 of 1-run ball, lowering his ERA to 3.45. Michael Wacha, just good every year. And then the bullpen shut the door. Game two, Royals went 11-2. Royals just put this one away early with 5 runs in the first inning on RBI doubles from Vinny P and Nick Lofton. And Salvi also rocked his 25th home run of the year. Salvi has 9 home run seasons since 2015. No other catcher has more than 5 in that span, courtesy of Just Baseball's Twitter. Twins would battle, but it was no use. But Stephen Kolek was really impressive for the Royals. 7 innings, a 2-run ball, 4 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 2.88. Excuse me. Shout out Carter Jensen for his first MLB hit, a 105-mile-an-hour rope for a double that scored fellow rookie Jack Caglione. Before I get to game three, this is why at the deadline, the Freddie Fermin trade to San Diego made no sense. Like, I get it. You need a catcher. He's a good clubhouse guy. He's a good defender. I get why they got Freddie Fermin. Ryan Burgett is not bad at all. He's been putting together really solid starts for the Royals. And Stephen Kolek, like, can he be a 5 starter? Can he put together starts like that? For Freddie Fermin? I mean, that was Preller just going ape shit at the deadline and just being like, I don't care. Take whoever. I just need my guys. That was too much. It was too much, Preller. So, move to game three.
Sorry, I was applying for life insurance. What were you saying?
Never mind. Game three, Twins win 5-1. Byron Buxton started the game off with his 30th home run of the year. First 30 home run season for him. And then Cody Clemens followed that up with a 2-run shot, his 16th home run for Cody Clemens. A double steal where Luke Keeschall stole home, plated the 4th run, and a bases loaded walk, plated the 5th. The only Royals run was a Vinny P RBI single as Bailey Ober went 5 1/3 with only 1 run on 4 hits with 6 strikeouts. Then the Twins bullpen shut it down. Royals improved to 73-70. Twins fall to 63-80. There's a part of me that wants the Royals to be in the conversation for the wild card, and they are. They absolutely are. Right? The Royals are just 2 games out. But I'm sorry, I'm power ranking you behind the Rangers. I'm power ranking you behind the Mariners, behind the Yankees, behind the Red Sox. There's no room for them. There just isn't. But
There's
I
not
want
enough
them
fun.
to be in it. Like
Yeah,
they are a good baseball team. They're just not as good as those other guys. I know that's simple, but it's the truth.
they run out of firepower quicker than the other
Yeah.
lineups that we
Yeah.
have, and they run out of firepower quick in the rotation. Lugo on the IL certainly doesn't help them. They run out of firepower in the bullpen as well. Like nothing about Kansas City's roster, unfortunately, screams depth, and I think you need depth to be in the postseason.
I agree. It's just like you see Bobby Witt, you see Vinny P hitting well, you see Salvi, like they get some good pitching performances from these young guys. The bullpen does a good job. They play good defense, and I'm like, this team is good, but they're just falling a little bit short. And the Twins just
Yeah,
stink. I mean, Keyshawn's fun.
yeah,
Buxton's awesome.
yeah.
Those are our Twins takeaways.
I'm almost done with life insurance. Keep going.
Astros Rangers is our second to last series, big time series. Battle of Lone Star State. Game one, Rangers win 4-3 in 12 innings. Victor Caratini and Dylan Moore traded blows early before Jake Berger hit one 440 to give the Rangers a 3-1 lead. Correa would answer in the eighth with a clutch 2-run shot, but the Rangers would have the last laugh as Dustin Harris, baseball cards, Dustin Harris autos in my drawer, need it, walked it off in the 12th with an RBI double. And Merrill Kelly was just fantastic, like he always is. 7 innings, a 1-run ball with 7 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 3.16. Move to game 2. Astros boat raced him. Astros started hot with a Christian Walker home run, and then Yordan Alvarez followed suit. Didn't become a blowout until the 8th, though, as the Astros put up 3, and then in the 9th, they hung another 5. And the guys I'm looking at, what did we say? Yordan, Walker, Yiner combined to go 7 for 15 with 7 RBIs, and beneath it all was a excellent Hunter Brown start. 6 innings, 4 hits, no earned, 8 Ks. His ERA is down to 2.25. And my question for you is, before we move on to game number 3, pull both of them up real quick. Crochet versus Brown for second in American League Cy Young voting after Skubal, because Skubal on BetMGM right now is minus 1,600. Implied odds means he's going to win it. Like, we don't need to break that down. He's going to win it.
Yeah.
Crochet gave up 7 earned to the Guardians in his last start, raising his ERA to 2.67, basically taking him out. I'm not saying Brown's going to beat Skubal, but could Brown beat Crochet for number 2?
I think so. Crochet, 178 in the third innings at a 2.67 ERA. Punched out 218. Brown is chasing that by about 10 innings. He's at 167 and 2/3. And he's chasing the punch out total by about 30. He's at 190. Crochet's at 218. The big differentiator for me, Crochet's at a 2.67. Brown is at a 2.25. The other big differentiator for me personally is opponents are hitting 198 against Hunter Brown. They're hitting 225 against Crochet. By whip, 108 against Crochet, 101 against Brown. So whip, batting average against, ERA, those all factor in Brown's favor. Innings and strikeouts are skewing heavily in Crochet's favor. The other one is, where does the bias lie within the voting group? Is it going to be for the ace of the Boston Red Sox that are pitching their way into the postseason? Or is it going to be for the ace of the Houston Astros that have been taken for granted over the last 4 or 5 years? For me, there's a little bit more cachet to Crochet, and I feel like the voting base will vote for Crochet. If I had a vote, Brown is number 2, Crochet is number 3 for me.
Same here. If I had a vote, I would go Brown 2, Crochet 3.
But you feel like it will be reverse in the results.
No,
Okay.
I'm not sold on that yet. I know what you're saying. I think you make great points. I'm just not sold. Because when there's a point 0.4 ERA gap, it's a
Yeah,
lot
that's
to
big.
me. And here's the thing. With me, if I had a vote for Cy Young, ERA is the most important thing. Now, what do we do all the time on this episode or on this podcast? We talk about advanced analytics, why this guy might be better than that guy due to this, projecting long term, all that kind of stuff. And that's when we use the underlying metrics. When we're talking about an award for the best pitcher in baseball in one league, who was the best at preventing runs? At the end of the day, that's what a pitcher does. Now, did some guy get more unlucky? Does a guy have a better Sierra and XFIP and FIP and expected ERA? Sure, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me was the results. Did you prevent less runs? Now, how does that separate, right? Because a guy could have a better ERA, but if he's thrown 30, 40 less innings, all right, I understand that if you probably threw more innings, would you have a similar ERA to the guy that you're in front of? When it's 10 less, like, yes, Crochet has more strikeouts. It's awesome. And outs and out. And Hunter Brown is getting more outs while allowing less runs. That's the point. So for me, Hunter Brown is number 2 in Cy Young voting right now. Will he? I don't know. Especially, we'll see how these guys end because they have all about like 4 or 5 starts each, kind of depending where they are at. But right now for me, it's Hunter Brown at number 2.
Okay. Yeah,
All right,
I agree with you. I feel like the strikeout difference could be enough to get Crochet second place, but we'll see.
we'll see. Move to game three. Rangers went 4-2. In the battle of lefties, Patrick Corbin outdueled Framber Valdez. Of course he did. Baseball. This game turned towards the Rangers in the sixth as Josh Young ripped home a run on a double, and then Jake Berger hit a 2-run shot to give Texas the 4-1 lead, and that was it. Fromber, 7 innings, a 3-run ball. His ERA is down to 3.42. Patrick Corbin, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 5 strikeouts. ERA is at 4.36. The Rangers improved to 74-70. Astros fall to 78-66. I also want to read you a report that we sent out. I sent
On
it to
behalf of
you.
Bob Nightingale, effectively. It was in
Yes,
Nightingale's notebook.
yep. One organization has already crossed Framber Valdez off their list of free agent candidates following the catcher cross-up incident. I did say
So
that.
I just want to know if that organization is the Rockies or if that organization is the Red Sox. Like, I would love to know which organization that is. It's like we the A's are taking ourselves out of the Framber Valdez
It's a
sweepstakes.
good point. It's a good point. It really could be anybody. It's just a
Could be anybody. I understand. Totally do. And Aram said it. I'll repeat it. At worst, that was a terrible look by Fromber for not having any empathy for Cesar Salazar, who got hit with 93 in the ribs. Um, yeah, I like that could have been, and somebody tweeted this, and I wish that I had it in front of me. I don't know who tweeted it out, but they said that could have been one of the more expensive pitches in recent memory.
yep. It's what I said on the show. And I'm just saying he's again, and he could right those wrongs by simply dominating, which he has the full capability of doing so. But we will see.
We will
On the
see.
Rangers side, big series win for them. They're only 1.5 games out. They've won 7 of 10. They have a better run differential than everybody in their division, plus 82. Expected win loss record of 81-63. You know, the only bad news is Corey Seager might not come back for the rest of the regular season with his appendectomy.
Yeah.
Semion's out. Adolis Garcia just hit the IL, but they're still playing good baseball, and it ain't over yet. If Kelly's pitching the way he is, if DeGrom, if Leiter, the bullpen stays strong, it's going to come down to them or the Mariners. I still lean the Mariners, I
I still
guess.
lean Seattle.
But the Rangers. I don't know. It's
They're
tough.
frisky.
It's
Like
tough with
they
these teams.
are
I want to buy in. I want to buy in, and they have it. They're right there, but they're just again. And this was a good series win, but the Astros have been playing bad baseball. This Nash American League West is fascinating. It's like the three teams that I'm watching really, really closely down the stretch.
it's fascinating because I hate it. Like I don't I
Kind
don't know
of,
if I
yeah.
love any of the three.
No, you're right because they're all bad in their own way,
Yeah.
and it's almost like they're all fumbling towards the finish line. But I feel like out of the three, the Rangers are playing the best baseball, and that's
Yeah,
why I'm
they
being
certainly are.
optimistic.
I think that's inarguable. It just comes down to who plays the best at the right time. And
Yeah,
it's not the right time yet. Good for the Rangers. Obviously, you can play insurmountable baseball over the course of the next 2 weeks. But at the end of the day, like this is coming down to the last 4 or 5 days of the regular season.
it really is. Last series, Giants Cardinals. Game one, Giants went 8-2. Devers and Adames went back to back in the top of the first, and the Giants never looked back. Jumped all over Michael McGreevy in the fourth, putting up 4 runs and RBI hits from Gilbert, Bailey, Devers, and Adames, who had an RBI groundout. It just kept going. But Ivan Herrera saved the Cardinals from getting shut out with a 2-run shot in the eighth. Carson Seymour took a no-hitter into the fifth, but ended with 1 run allowed over 5 with just 2 hits allowed. Move to game two. Cardinals win 3-2. What a comeback by the Cardinals. It was 2-0 after 4, courtesy of a Casey Schmidt sac fly and a Drew Gilbert RBI double, former Met. But in the bottom of the ninth, Cardinals make magic. Thomas Ajacey drove in the first run on a single, and then Jordan Walker sent St. Louis home happy with a 2-run double. Is there anyone who needed a hit like that more? 0 for 25 streak going into that AB. Shout out Jordan Walker. Wasted an excellent Verlander start in San Francisco. 6 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 6 Ks, ERA is down to 4.09. Andre Palante was solid. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned. His ERA is still 5.28 though. Game 3, Cardinals win 4-3. There was no scoring until the 5th, where Lars Nootbaar broke it open with an RBI single, and then Ivan Herrera did the same. Then St. Louis loaded the bases. Gorman walked. Then Mason Wynn brought home the 4th, but it was on a double play. Giants had a 3-run rally in the 6th, but it wasn't enough. Giants fall to 72 and 71. Cardinals improved to 72 and 72. I watched a little bit of this series and I was like, all right, I'm watching two teams that are headed for 80 and 82 or 82 and 80. Because like I believe in the Giants. Like they have a magic about them. The bats are heating up, but this was the series that you launch, right? I was almost teeing them up to sweep this one. Cardinals are playing for nothing. It's not like this is a divisional game where they're trying to play spoiler. Giants come in, sweep, and now we're having real conversations. They came up short. I was really disappointed. I was so excited to come into this show on Sunday, record and be like, look at this. Look at the Giants. I'm sad. I was getting fired up.
Was this the battle of mid for you?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately. I'm with you. Nobody needed it worse than Jordan Walker. But for me, unfortunately, I wasn't paying enough attention to this series because, frankly, like if San Francisco was not going to run the table this weekend, it wasn't going to be, worth the thought with the amazing pitching matchups that we had elsewhere. Like, why would you watch this game when you had Bubba and Mizorowski happening at the same time?
No,
Like,
I agree.
it was
No, I
just
agree.
as a baseball fan that was looking at this and also looking at week one of college football and also looking at week one of the NFL slate, it's like, why are you choosing Giants Cardinals if you are if you're not a Giants fan or a Cardinals fan?
I was just enjoying watching the Giants and I wanted to
I
watch the
understand. I
streak.
understand. They were playing good ball.
But I did feel like, and I was watching that game, game 2, when they gave up the lead in the 9th, I was like, all right, the Giants are not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
It just felt like you won game 1 in
There's
dominating fashion,
there's a
8-2.
level of disjointedness with San Francisco that fascinates me right now. Like nothing aside from the week prior to this weekend. Like it really didn't feel like everything was clicking at the same exact time. When they were good at the beginning of the year and we were talking about San Francisco, it's because they were pitching. Like they weren't hitting, but they were pitching. No, there's been no jive at any point for an elongated stretch, and that's not how you get to the postseason.
Yeah. So that'll do it. That's the end of the this episode of the Just Baseball Show. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. And if you did, the best way to support, get yourself some Just Baseball merch. I'm rocking the sweatshirt. Don't forget about these hoodies. They're fire. Don't forget about the hats either. Go get yours in the episode description. Also, rate and review Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to support the show, as well as subscribing, liking, and commenting on YouTube. And make sure to join the best baseball group chat in the world. I'm telling you, folks, it's going to be so fun in the playoffs. That's going to be the deadline was unbelievable. The start of the season was unbelievable, but October, even if you join for 1 month, $10. Join us for the postseason. You don't even have to join us yet. Make sure you're there for October. It's going to be such a blast. You got anything else before we say goodbye?
I don't think so. No.
So that'll do it. For Jack McMullen, I'm Peter Apple. Hopefully you had a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow. With that, thank you, everybody.